Hi again, it's me, Cinnamon. I'm an almost 24-year-old working a corporate job who loves all things personal finance, especially budgeting. And today I'll be budgeting my first paycheck of May. So, one thing I love about being in the budgeting community and watching people's videos is that as you watch someone's videos over time, you get to learn a little bit about them, like small facts here and there. And something I've been picking up on a lot is that a lot of the women in the budgeting community are born in May. Like, why is that such a popular month for birthdays in this community? Maybe I'm just sensitive to it because my birthday's in May, but I do also have an astrology theory. So if you don't like astrology, I will add a timestamp so you can skip this. But I'm a Taurus. Not everyone born in May is a Taurus. Some people are Geminis. But I'm a Taurus, and I feel like that might have something to do with it because Tauruses love money, and that really applies to me. Everything about Tauruses and money applies to me or used to apply to me at a certain point in time. Actually, why I got into personal finance is because I like very expensive things. I know you can't really see that in my budget because I'm very all or nothing. I either get exactly what I want and the very expensive thing I want, or I kind of am fine having nothing. That's just the state of things for me. So, because I knew that about myself, I realized that I had to figure out how to make money and like make a lot of money because my dream sort of life, I guess, is expensive. Like I added everything up once and I might actually show that budget because I think it is like so interesting to like think about if you had everything you wanted, what it would actually cost. But I think if I had everything I wanted, it would cost at least $500,000 a year after tax. So yeah, that is just the situation I'm in. But I think some people they either like end up getting in credit card debt if they have those tendencies, or they kind of go the opposite side, which is the side I'm on, which is like caring so much about budgeting and caring so much about investing so that they can achieve that later on. And I think the difference between those like two personas is just how they relate to like the concept of delayed gratification. I'm really comfortable with delayed gratification because I really only want what I want. And if I can't have it, I want nothing. Like, yeah, I'm just very extreme like that. So yeah, that is my theory. And that's kind of yeah, how my astrology relates to my budgeting, if that's interesting to anyone. I don't spend like too much time learning about other signs, but I wonder like how other signs relate to money. One thing I do know though is that I definitely think Tauruses are the most like related to money in a way because when I do read like general descriptions of their signs, Tauruses are the ones that tend to have descriptions of things relating to money, like liking luxury things or being just generally materialistic. I used to be quite materialistic as a kid, but then when I realized how much things cost, I quickly ended that. Anyway, that's my astrology spiel. Clearly, I am like into this stuff, but there is no time because we have $5,231.31 to budget. This amount is slightly higher than usual because I got a $5 statement credit from Discover for my birthday, which was super sweet of them. I haven't been using my Discover card a lot because I got my new Capital One card. I kind of felt like I would stop using the card altogether, but them giving me this $5 really, really touched my heart. I know it's just the corporation. They do not actually personally care about me. But it was like a really like, oh, small sweet thing. And I'm like, okay, I will continue to use this card for purchases here and there. Keep an eye out for when they have a good 5% like revolving category for me. So yeah, that's got me reeled in. Next, I have to cover my HSA and 401k investing. And so I put $1,031.16 towards that account. And I am still behind on my 401k investing category. Like, even when I get my next paycheck, I'll still be in the yellow. And I actually started like getting more details on what compensation after my promotion is going to look like. And it's not as high as I thought it would be. I don't know where I was getting my numbers from last time. I think the first time I was looking into it, I got the right numbers because the numbers I have now are pretty aligned with my yearly budget goals. But then in the middle of the year, I started getting different numbers just based on what I was seeing on our internal channel where people post their salaries anonymously. I don't know. I guess I was seeing those numbers and I thought the salary bands had increased for 2024, but they haven't increased for 2024, is like what I'm hearing now. And so I think the salaries I was seeing internally might have been people getting like raises in their current positions, which tend to get you to a higher salary than when you get promoted to that position because promotions at my company put you at the bottom of the salary scale. So I might have to adjust my percentages to make sure I do max this out this year, but I will still wait until I actually have final numbers to do all of that stuff. I should have final numbers mid-June, and I'm just so excited to film that video because I feel like I have been mentally on pause with my budget and like my financial goals because I just don't know what the next half of the year is going to look like if I don't know what my salary is going to be. Anyway, to get into the rest of my budget, I'm going to go ahead and fund. Oh, this is weird. This is so different. I don't like that. It's too much information. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fund my next month's holding category. And this is what I have left to put into my sinking funds. So I'm going to go, oops, let's go to my general sinking funds and put $589.29. So I still am under what I need to put towards my sinking funds for the month. So I'm going to just make a note of what I did fund for my next paycheck. Okay, and as you can see, oops, I have a tendency, and I wonder if other people who are especially like software engineers have this tendency where anytime I type something into a computer, I press save. So I always like press save. I'm surprised this is the first time this has happened while I've been budgeting. Anyway, I have one more overspent category, which is actually very exciting for me. My business category, yes. So while I was looking again at like compensation stuff for my promotion, I was just like, this corporate ladder is long and it's not even giving all that it's supposed to be giving. That's just how I feel about it. I know to achieve my financial goals, like my long-ish term financial goals. I don't even want to call them long term because I want them to kind of happen as soon as possible. I know in order to achieve those goals, like my more ambitious goals, that I kind of haven't fully shared on the channel because it still feels so awkward to talk about like your super ambitious goals. It feels so, I don't know, I need to get like more comfortable with that. Anyway, to get there, I have to have like more skin in the game for whatever I'm working on. And I'm at this point in my job, and I feel like I sound really happy in this video because something bad sort of had happened at work where the way my work is that you will I tend to have design phases of work and then coding phases of work. And the design phases tend to take months. And during those months, I don't work that much. I probably work like 20 hours a week. But then during the coding phases, I am being completely like honest. I work 20 hours a day. And I don't mind it per se because I really enjoy coding. And me working 20 hours a day is more a me thing than a work thing because I get stressed when like the code isn't finished. I can't stop thinking about it when it's not finished. So for me, it's just easier to get it done. So even when I'm working like 20-hour days, that gets me ahead of schedule compared to like the rest of my team. And so again, I have like free time again. So I had just been in one of those like coding phases where I had worked like 20-hour days like through the week and the weekend. And I had gotten it done and it was great. And I was very much prepared to have like a slow season again, which is why like I felt comfortable with all my travel plans coming up. And then something terrible happened. I got pulled into another coding season, like out of nowhere. It was kind of out of nowhere. I was feeling so stressed because I had just kind of like exhausted myself in the last one. Yeah, so I was just so stressed. But today, like really today, I kind of was looking through everything and I like could see the end game of how I'm gonna finish the project. So I feel a lot less stressed now. And all of the like work that's happened within the last few weeks. Yeah, like the last 3 weeks, would it be? Or would it just be the last 2 weeks? I think just the last 2 weeks. All of that like stress has made me insanely confident in my abilities. And now I'm just like, whoa, I can build my own things. Like I can build my own things and like be very self-motivated as well. And all of these things that I have general doubts about that has kept me more in corporate when I do want to start my own business. Anyway, I don't know how long I've been talking about this, so I will just cut to the end of the story, which is even though I'm still within like this stressful coding period of work, well, it's about to start like tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I really have to start the code. Even though I still like feel this like huge burst of energy to start working on my personal projects and building a business out of it. And I'm actually now like making the financial investments in that business, which I've been putting off for a minute. So the first thing I did was buy myself as a birthday gift a domain for my business, and it feels so real. And I'm so surprised the domain I was wanted was not taken. This is a .com. So what? I'm so surprised. And so let's see, what am I doing here? Why'd I open that? I'm going to cover this overspending with discretionary spending because I do have to pretty much work on this project for the next 2 weeks. And then I'll spend the last week of May like focused on family stuff. I don't think I will do much more for like my personal projects, so I won't set aside money now, but June definitely is going to be the month of working on this project. Hopefully, I don't know. Work is like so not good right now because we just keep getting assigned projects back to back, which is just not usually our flow. It's like a very different flow we're taking on right now. And there's like no time for designing, which, yeah, that is all for my budget. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like I have really different energy in this video. I feel like I've have really just different energy in life right now. I'm sad about 2024. Like, I'm not sad about turning 24 in the sense like I'm happy I lived, but I feel like a really huge wave of pressure coming on because of there's like expectations to achieve things, certain things like I don't know. I could definitely elaborate on it more because I do know. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I'm just saying that because I feel like this video is already too long. But aside from that, because I'm going to deal with that when I turn 24, right now, in this moment, I feel really good because I'm doing a lot of things I need to get done. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, though, is that this money that I'm setting aside is probably going to be for my New York trips. Um, but I'll leave it in holding for now because I want to pace my New York trip spending, and I think this is going to help me pace it a bit more. So we're going to leave everything as is for now. No, I absolutely changed my mind. Let's get New York trips to $600. Great. Okay, now the budget is actually done. I will stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I have way too much energy right now. I need to go to the gym. Bye.